Hi everyone, Karen here from Holistic Essentials Therapy and Consulting, bringing you this week's forecast and insights from Monday the 11th through to Sunday the 17th of November 2019. On Monday we have the powerful number of the 11th, so there is a lot of energy that is happening at the moment. There are a lot of upgrades that are occurring, and through that transitioning, perhaps you may be feeling a little bit of dizziness, you may be feeling some increased anxiety, and perhaps you might also even just be feeling disconnected. And so as Mercury goes into retrograde, into the Scorpio energy, we are being asked to really get clear in our communication, because Mercury is all about communication. And so this is a powerful time for us to really get into alignment with our body and our hearts and our souls. And what is it that our soul is wanting to express in this moment? There is also the Taurus full moon that is happening on Tuesday, the 12th of November. And this is all about, it is an abundant full moon. It's the most abundant full moon of the year, and it brings with it a beautiful energy. An energy where we can look back over the year and really take stock of what it is that we've achieved, what learnings we've actually experienced. And we're also being asked to let go of the ball and chain that we're carrying around with us from our past. What are those old belief systems, or those old fears, or the old worries that you're experiencing that you could perhaps let go of? What I know to be sure is anxiety is a projection of an unsuccessful outcome in the future. When you are feeling anxious about something, you are creating an imagery in your mind. And because the subconscious mind does not know the difference between what is real and what is imagined, in that moment, the physiology of your body is actually responding to that projected outcome. And so this is a powerful time with these energies to really listen and go inward and ask yourself, where am I projecting an unsuccessful outcome in my life? And how can I flip that to creating a successful outcome in my life? So for example, if you have a job interview that's coming up and you're anxious about that and you're nervous about that, if you are really looking into how you're actually seeing the outcome of that situation, you will find and realize and recognize that the reason you're feeling anxious about it is because you are not seeing yourself successfully completing that. So what I invite you to do is to start celebrating your successful outcome. See yourself, hear how that will hear in being successful, see yourself successfully completing it, and see yourself getting the outcome that you actually want to receive. And of course, that anxiousness and that anxiety is that continuous future projection. We're always putting ourselves into the future. We're overwhelming ourselves with all of the things that we need to do and not feeling that we have enough time. And one of my favorite things that I use is I have more than enough time to do all that I need to do. But I have to bring it back to basics. Bring it back to what is within my control of what I can do today. What are the tasks that I can complete today? What is the task that I am completing right now? Where am I right now? Am I breathing? Am I feeling my feet on the ground? Am I actually focusing my full attention on what it is that I'm doing right now? And this also helps to alleviate that sense of anxiety and apprehension. This is a powerful time also for us to celebrate who we are. You are where you are right now because of everything that you have been through in your life. And while at the time we can feel that life is against us, we can feel that perhaps some people don't feel that they have a future that's bright to look forward to. And what I would love to share with you is just a really simple technique of visualizing your future in however that appears to you, and then turning up the brightness and the color so that you can, in fact, create a brighter future for yourself. We live in a time where it is so incredibly overwhelming in that we often feel disconnected, and in that sense of disconnection. So for me, I had the memory today of, before Netflix and social media and everything else, for a very long time, I escaped life through reading books. And while I love to read and I love to lose myself in the story and the characters, I just had the realization this morning that that was just another way in my life where I just wanted to escape. So I wasn't being present. I wasn't really living life. I was escaping from that sense of the overwhelm of life, that the constant barrage of responsibility and trying to be good at everything that I was doing, and not feeling like I was really making some deep connections to the world around me. And what I'm really recognizing is that was because I didn't have a deep connection to my soul or to the universe. And often we can feel that we are so isolated and living this life so much on our own. And, throughout my life, it's been a pattern of behavior that I've cycled. I used to have a really extreme sugar addiction. And again, that was just to give me that sense of high, like to make me feel good, because deep down inside, I wasn't feeling any real happiness. And again, I cycled that again in my life as well through substance abuse. And that was really, again, not being able to deal with the outside world and wanting to escape from my reality. And we all do this in different ways. Perhaps you binge watch Netflix, and I've done that on occasion as well. And again, it's like it sucks all of your energy into that. And it's a complete disconnection, but it's also a complete escape from actually experiencing the life around us. And so there are so many opportunities in our lives right now, daily, when we pick up the phone and we scroll through Facebook. We're just looking for that hit of dopamine, which is what the phone gives to you. That blue light on your phone actually gives you a hit of dopamine in your brain, which is the feel-good hormone. And it's also an escape from reality. So many people, and I too have done this as well, I can get on there and I could scroll through Facebook and half an hour could just be gone. And so I just feel like this is a really powerful time for all of us to look at areas in our lives where we are escaping from the now reality, from the now, from the present moment, from the weight of our responsibilities, from the pressures of life, from perhaps the sadness or an unhappiness that we have deep down inside of ourselves that we just don't know how to deal with. And through all of that, the greatest thing that I have learned is that when I am connected to the energy of the universe, the energy of Mother Earth, when I am appreciating the beauty of nature, when I'm outside in nature, when I'm meditating, and when I'm reading books perhaps that are written by beautiful spiritual teachers, because those books bring into the essence and the energy of the consciousness through which they were written. And there's something that I'm learning, that it's giving me teachings and insights and understandings. And through that sense of connection, life doesn't feel quite so overwhelming. You don't feel quite so alone and isolated. And then you're not quite so drawn into those habits that we have in our lives that really are an escape from being here, an escape from living life. So many people on the planet today are only existing and only just, and some people only just feel like they're hanging on by their fingertips, that you might be on that edge of the cliff and it's only your fingertips that are keeping you afloat or keeping you from falling. So many people feel like they're drowning at the moment because there's just so much input, sensory input that's coming in. And so there's two different forms of disconnection. You can disconnect from what are the things that I am using to numb my pain? What are the things that I am using that give me that escape from reality? And can I disconnect from that and unplug from that? And then be more in my body, be more in this experience and appreciate the beauty of life to give you a more real experience than the one that perhaps you are having right now. I know also that when you most need your daily spiritual practices, perhaps you are having a bad week, perhaps there's relationship issues that are happening, you're having a hard time at work, or you're having struggles with your family or your kids, that's when we are most tempted to let go of our daily spiritual practices that help give us that sense of connection, that sense of everything is going to be all right. When we draw on the energy of a higher power, however form that is for you, whatever vehicle that is for you, when we rely and connect to that higher power or the energy of life or universal life force energy or our loved ones in spirit or our angelic friends, then you are more empowered to be able to continue to function and to get through everything that you need to get through in your life. It's a powerful time on the planet now for us to be connected this way through our hearts, through our soul, to our higher power, rather than those external operating sources of food, substances, social media, or Netflix, or retail therapy. There are so many different forms of escape that we have access to. And what for real change to occur on the planet at this time, not only in your life, but in the lives of others, we are being called to commit to those daily spiritual practices, whether it's meditating, whether it's journaling, whether it's going for a walk and mindfully appreciating nature. There are tools that we have, even for, busy working women, especially coming into this busy time of the year. We tend to put everyone else's needs first, and we fall down on the list of priorities. And so it's more important than ever that you are taking care of you, not selfishly, not at the expense of other people, but lovingly recognizing what it is that your heart and your mind and your body is really trying to let you know that you need to do right now, and listen to that. We can feel very tired at the end of this year. We can perhaps be looking at what we haven't achieved that we wanted to achieve. And I want to speak to that. I know for sure that everything happens in perfect divine timing. And sometimes what we think that we should have achieved or who we think that we should be just sets up that perpetual goalpost of never really achieving what it is that you want to achieve. When I get here, I'll be happy. When I get this, I'll be happy. When I have this job, I'll be happy. When I have this relationship, I can be happy. When I've done these 50 things, then I can take some time for myself. When so-and-so is happy, then I can be happy. And so it's just a reminder that if you are getting those intuitive nudges from your heart and your soul that you need to slow down, that you need to take some time out, that you need to unplug, or that perhaps you need to change the what you're putting into your body, we are constantly receiving those messages from our soul and our heart as to what it is that we can do that can shift our own vibration, that can bring us into alignment, that can give us a sense of well-being and happiness. Yet on some level, on some psychological level, we all seem to have this underlying belief that in order to be happy or to be well or to feel okay, we need to continuously jump through these ridiculous hoops that we've created for ourselves, or we need to suffer in order to be worthy of receiving what it is that we want, or in order to be worthy of love or the right job, or to whatever it is. We create these constant achievements that, if we're honest with ourselves, how achievable are they really? And are we continuously setting ourselves up for failure? Because this is how complex the mind is. This is how complex we are as individuals in creating this external reality that we live in every day. You know, we are 99.9% space. And what we take in, it's just light reflecting off matter that we then have this incredible brain that processes and turns everything into a reality that we have outside of ourselves. And so there's a lot that you're being asked to take stock of right now. And also looking at ways in which you can be kinder to yourself and others. There's a beautiful, loving kindness technique that we can actually implement into our everyday life. And that is, as you are going about your day, as you are walking down the street, as you're walking around your workplace, as you're walking around your home with your family, whenever you see somebody, when you see them, stop and in your mind take a few moments to just say, may you be well, may you be happy, may you be safe, may you be peaceful. 4 things: may you be well, may you be happy, may you be safe, may you be peaceful. And say that to as many people as you can see in your mind, obviously, throughout your day, no matter where you are. And what that does is that energetically and positively impacts that other person. But of course, whatever we give out, we receive. So in that moment, not only are you wishing wellness and good intentions to another, those intentions and that sense of well-being is coming back to you as well. So when you're feeling overwhelmed, or if you're feeling anxious, make a point of every person that you see in that day, and following days, test it, do it for a week. Wish other people well. And in doing that, you are actually alleviating from your nervous system and your psychology that sense of anxiousness and overwhelm. Daily practices require commitment. I know for myself, I spent 40 odd years thinking a particular way about myself. And I've spent the last 6 years consciously committing to thinking a new way about myself and about the world around me. So I can't think one way for 40 years and then expect to think it for a day and have it changed and shifted, because I put in real commitment to thinking a particular way, in creating those neural pathways in my brain. So it took commitment to myself to have daily intentions and practices to shift that, to change the neural pathways in my brain. And I know that you can do that also. So for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. This is really about having faith that there is an energy source within the universe that is a loving, benevolent, omnipresent energy, force, being, whatever word works well for you, that wants the very best for us, that is there for us when we surrender to that higher power. I know for myself, when I'm feeling at my worst, what I do is I surrender even more to the energy of life. I allow myself to fall into the arms of the universe. I allow myself to be at the mercy of the loving kindness of Source, Divinity, God, higher power, whatever you use. I call on that more. I surrender myself to that more. So you're being asked to take a leap of faith this week. And that may just be, thank you, universe, for showing me your magic today. Thank you, universe, for guiding me. The favorite saying that I have from A Course in Miracles is, where would you have me go? Who would you have me be? What would you have me say? And to whom would you have me say it? Use me for the highest good of myself and others. You're being asked to trust this week. And if you are guided intuitively to have a conversation with a person, to share something from your past, to share a learning or something that you have experienced in your life, and you get that intuitive nudge, take that leap of faith and share that, because that is the universe wanting to express itself through you in that moment. Thursday and Friday, boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? So who is it in your life right now that is continuously asking something of you that you internally know that you need to say lovingly no to, yet because you are a loving being and because you want others to be happy, you find it very difficult to say no? Where in your life are you compromising your own values and integrity because there is the underlying need of wanting to be accepted and loved and not wanting to be rejected? Who do you have around you in your life right now who is constantly taking and taking? And while we think that we are doing the right thing by helping other people, sometimes the most powerful and helpful thing that we can do for that person is to actually say no. I'm sorry, I can't do that for you. Because where are we enabling people to continuously be helpless? Constantly helping another person every time they call out, especially if you're getting that intuitive nudge inside of your body, or that resistance inside of your body. So your intuition is saying, no, stop doing this, yet your desire for love or acceptance or not wanting to hurt another person is pushing you to actually take action when your intuition is saying no. Sometimes enabling people to continue in their cycles of not being able to help themselves is doing them a disservice, and it's actually not helping them. Saying no to somebody lovingly, giving them the tools, or if you're constantly giving somebody advice and they're constantly not taking it, yet constantly coming to you with their dramas and their stresses, then this is a clear sign to you that you constantly giving them what they're asking for is actually doing them a disservice. This is one of the hardest things to do, is to set healthy boundaries, because fundamentally at our core, we all want to be loved and accepted, and we don't want people to be upset with us. This is a powerful week to do this, especially in the energy of the full moon Taurus energy. Where are you setting your boundaries? Where are you not listening to yourself? And Mercury in retrograde is all about communication. So you can communicate lovingly by saying some simple things. What is it that you think that you need to do? What feels right to you? What have you tried? What have you done before now? Are all ways to actually empower other people to be able to positively help themselves. We can't always be the rescuer. And as empaths and as healers and intuitives and sensitives, we fall into the rescuer rather than the empowerer. I don't know if I said that right. And I know for myself, I've been the rescuer all of my life. Now I'm in a position where I want to empower people to be empowered, to create change that's positive in their own lives. Saturday and Sunday, the initiation, rite of passage, you're going somewhere sacred. This is a powerful time where all of your past experiences in your life, you are now being able to identify and recognize how these past situations in your life and all that you have been through is leading you to the awakening process that you're going through right now. This is a powerful time for you to be recognizing your own strengths, your own power, and knowing deep within yourself that it hasn't been for nothing. Everything that you have been through is leading you into this great moment of awakening and ascension, where we are all coming back into our own alignment of mind, body, spirit, our souls. We are awakening to the presence of divine, loving, universal force. So I hope that these serve you well. As always, please be kind and gentle with yourself. You are here on this planet at this time because your soul chose to be here, to be a part of this amazing awakening process where we are all coming back to our own divine, loving energy, recognizing the life force that is out there, that is inside of us. We are all awakening to, we have the power to create the beautiful, loving, peaceful life on this planet that we were born to create. We are all awakening to our own true nature, and that is one of love, of peace, and of harmony. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. So much love to you all. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I love to get your feedback and to hear from you. Namaste. Blessed be.